Near the end of its lifespan, the Super Nintendo had already proven its worth as a powerhouse gaming system. It also had the market cornered on role-playing games. So why would they let Squaresoft make another RPG? Simply put, Square was the king of everything RPG. So this was a surefire sale. This particular game that no one had ever heard of, but upon its release, everyone began to realize why Square used the tagline, "It's about time." This is the story of a game that transcends even time itself. This is a nostalgic look back at Chrono Trigger. Welcome to Old School Roots, where we dissect retro games and gaming subjects. A show that's half fact, half nostalgia, and all gaming. Join us as we take a trip back to the golden era of gaming. This is Old School Roots. On 11 March 1995, Squaresoft, now Square Enix, released Chrono Trigger, a role-playing video game for the Super Famicom in Japan. In August of 1995, they released it in North America for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Chrono Trigger features standard role-playing video game traits with several innovations. The player controls the protagonist and his companions in the game's two-dimensional fictional world, consisting of various forests, cities, and dungeons. Navigation occurs via the overworld map, depicting the landscape from a scaled-down overhead view. Chrono Trigger's gameplay deviates from that of the traditional RPG in that, rather than appearing in random encounters, many enemies are openly visible on the field maps, or lie in wait to ambush the party. Contact with enemies on the map initiates a battle that occurs directly on the map, rather than on a separate battle screen. Chrono Trigger uses an active time battle system, a staple of Square's Final Fantasy game series. Dubbed the Active Time Battle 2.0, each character gets one turn per round. When the character's meter counts down to 0, they can then execute a particular move. Magic and special physical techniques are handled through a system called techs. Techs deplete a character's magic points and often have special areas of effect. Enemies often change positions during battle, creating opportunities for tactical tech use. A unique feature of Chrono Trigger's tech system is that numerous cooperative techniques exist. Each character receives 8 personal techs, which can be used in conjunction with others to create double and triple techs for greater effect. For instance, Chrono, the game's protagonist, sword-spinning cyclone tech can be combined with Lucca's flame toss to create Flame Whirl. Chrono Trigger takes place in a world similar to, if not indeed, Earth, with eras such as the prehistoric age, in which primitive humans and dinosaurs share the Earth, the Middle Ages, complete with knights, monsters, and magic, and the post-apocalyptic future, where destitute humans and sentient robots struggle to survive. The characters frequently travel through time to obtain allies, gather equipment, and learn information to help them in their quest. The party also gains access to the End of Time, which serves as a hub to travel back to other time periods. The party eventually acquires a time machine vehicle known as the Wings of Time, nicknamed Epoch. The vehicle is capable of time travel between any time periods. Chrono Trigger begins in 1000 AD with Chrono, Marley, and Lucca. Chrono is the silent protagonist, characterized as a fearless young man who wields a katana in battle. Marley, or Princess Nadia, lives in Guardia Castle. Though sheltered, at heart she's a princess who enjoys hiding her royal identity. Luca is a friend of Kronos and a mechanical genius. From the era of 2300 AD comes Robo, or Prometheus, designation R-66Y, a robot created to assist humans. Lying dormant in the future, Robo is found and repaired by Luca and joins the group out of gratitude. The fiercely confidant Aya dwells in 65 million BC. Unmatched in raw strength, Ayla is the chief of Ioka village and leads her people in a war against the species of humanoid reptiles known as the Reptites. The last two playable characters are Frog and Magus. Frog originated in 600 AD and is a former squire once named Glenn, who was turned into an anthropomorphic frog by Magus, who also killed his friend Cyrus. Chivalrous, but mired in regret, Frog dedicates his life to protecting Queen Lean, the Queen of Guardia, and avenging Cyrus. The development team included 3 designers that Square dubbed the Dream Team. Chrono Trigger was conceived in 1992 by Hironobu Sakaguchi, producer and creator of the Final Fantasy series, Yuji Ori, director and creator of the Dragon Quest series, and Akira Toriyama, famous manga artist and creator of the Dragon Ball series. Traveling to America to research computer graphics, the 3 decided to create something that no one had ever done before. After spending over a year considering the difficulties of developing a new game, they received a call from Kazuya Okuna, who offered to produce. When Chrono Trigger released, JRPGs were nowhere near the height of popularity that they are known for today. Still, a good amount of press and advertising went into marketing this game, and for good reason, as the minds behind it were considered geniuses. Square cleverly touted this game to RPG fans with the tagline, "It's about time." With a massive story, detailed characters, and a rich timeline premise, Chrono Trigger hit just about every high a game could at that time. Many fans of this game consider it a classic, and with good cause. The story of the game makes it feel as though you've known these characters forever. The tale of Chrono and his friends is crafted in such a way that the player is always left on edge as to finding out what is going to happen next. Every protagonist in the game has personality all their own and lends greatly to the overall plot. A cartridge-based game, it had great quality sound, visuals, and controls that were ahead of their time. Chrono Trigger is one of the few games to receive a rating of 10. To this day, fans still clamor for a direct sequel to this game. Chrono Trigger was a critical and commercial success upon release, and is frequently cited as one of the best video games of all time. Chrono Trigger was one of the first games to have multiple endings, all of which depended on how you tackled the story, and chose when to end the game. Chrono Trigger also introduces a New Game Plus option. After completing the game, the player may begin a new game with the same character levels, techniques, and equipment, excluding money, with which he or she ended the previous playthrough. The game's SNES and PS1 iterations have shipped more than 2.36 million copies in Japan and 290,000 abroad. In 2012, it came in second place on Game Radar's 100 Best of All Time list, and first place on its Best RPG list. Chrono Trigger was ahead of its time, and for a game based around time travel, it seems fitting. With a great story and endearing characters, gamers were treated to what was considered one of the best stories told in gaming history. If a fan of RPGs and gaming in general has not played this game, then we need only look to Square's original slogan, "It's about time." That's it for this episode of Old School Rules. Join us here at Gaming So Spectacular next time as we cover codes to DLC. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as usual, if you can't be good at it. Peace. Hey everyone, if you like this episode, check out more episodes on Gaming So Spectacular and be back here every other week for more episodes of Old School Rules.